Hello! We are back! Hello! This is mostly gonna be yapping. Because yeah, we had Christmas, we had New Year's. I did nothing for Christmas, sadly, but I must yap. Lag is still here. New Year, same stuff. I don't know why it's not showing anything. Yes, welcome back, bestie. Hello, more besties. I don't know why it's now showing everything. Yes, we have Appel and Jack today. I don't know why I nabbed Jack, but Appel. Appel is here for a reason, because I have some Twisted Wonderland things to yap about. Let me just grab the images right now. The boy. Guess who made a new self-soda for Twist? This guy. Let me just move out the way a little bit. Just admire the boy in his New Year's kimono. I'm surprised at how almost accurate I got this, that I'm just like, you know what? I don't have enough time to draw anything for New Year's this year, so I'm just gonna reuse an old drawing and just, you know, make it match. Hello, Marcus. Welcome. Appel. Yeah, in case you didn't see my New Year's post, it's just an old New Year's outfit that I drew for Appel based off of Ville's, because I think Ville was out around the 2023 year. I don't know, I think so. So I was like, you know what, let me draw Appel in something similar, because like it's gonna be similar, and I was like, I see Appel's official one, and I'm just like, I was so close, I just got the bottom half wrong. And I didn't know he would get a cute little scarf. Also, I saw Ida's birthday card real quick. He was pomegranate. Yes! I was so happy. I'm like, it's so easy. It is so obvious. It just works. Oh, and do I have the picture of Ida's card? Let me... We're gonna yap about cards for a while. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. I found it. Well, goodbye, Appel. Hello, Ida. There he is. Honestly, amazing. Also, I like the version you did of the thumbnail. Oh, thank you. I did that before I started. I still don't plan things very far ahead. Who started as a joke, by the way? I took a baby quizzes and kept getting Lucifer and Luke, and I was like, how does one get Lucifer and Luke? You know what I mean? I'm Lou now. Here we are. Honestly, that's funny. They're like two opposite characters. It's kind of funny. Whenever I eat pomegranate, I just remember Ida. Yeah, he's now forever associated with it. You know, the Greek mythology, it just makes sense. That's kind of just what he always looks like. Ida just always looks like that. Speaking of Ida, guess what? He's living his weeb dreams. He is a samurai now. He got a lightsaber! I wanna steal the treat things. I'm hungry now. Yeah. I saw a post comic where the Shroud family proposes using pomegranates. Oh, that's cute. Baby with a katana. A lightsaber katana! I'm slowly becoming Ida. Aren't we all? Honestly, he's definitely grown as one of my favorite characters. He's just such a dork. I love him. Help me eat a shroud. You're my only hope. And the rest of our New Year's cast. I think it's a fairly interesting lineup, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah, these characters kind of make sense. But at the same time, I don't know. Here's Leona. I like his. It's kind of funny how, I think Jack and Roogie have SSRs for their New Year's ults, but Leona doesn't, and I'm like, that just fits very well with Leona. He does not really care. He's not the most flashy individual anyway. He's just, you know, he's just Leona. He's like a good leader and all that, but he's like not the main show-off, I guess. We focus on the boys. Also in the comic, Ida uses it on Mew OC. That's cute. The person accepts by eating 6 seeds like Persephone did. Ida in Greek mythology is always nice fan art. Is there a story for New Year's events? Yes, actually. There is a little bit of a story that goes on with the New Year's events, because they're, the gimmick of it is that it's whatever 4 characters for that year are working at Sam's shop for New Year's. And, like, each year there's something different going on, theme-wise for New Year's. It's really cute. It's a silly little, hey, we're ringing in the new year kind of an event. It's fairly short, too. Also, Yana said Ida for the new year. Also, Leona. It's funny that they're part of a team. And speaking of last one, it's Ace. He's embracing his inner trickster. Leona, he knows what he did. With his hair. Bestie, hold me back. I'm being the mouth by Leona. We need Ida and ortho art inspired by Epic the Musical. I still have not gotten around to learning about that musical. I'm not a musical person, I'm sorry! At least when it comes to, like, live-action theater. Ace with the fox mask, yes! Sneaky creature. I love him. And then here they are, all lined up together so you can see what their outfits look like. Courtesy of Monstro Lounge on Tumblr.com. That's the blog I usually get some of my Twisted Wonderland reference images from. Especially when it comes to drawing some of these outfits, because look at them. I do not have the patience. I bet the music was actually all on YouTube if you have time and want to listen to it. One of these days I gotta force myself to, because I keep on saying, like, yeah, I'll probably try and get into something new, and then it's like, I don't. I'm still working on Persephone. Ooh. Broken Mirror. Question for everyone. If you were in Night Raven College, which club would you be in? I think Appella's the best. Appellanita. I like how everybody was pointing out that Appel's outfit is like a good mix of Rooks and Vills. And it really is. He takes after both of them. OMG, their heights. The live 2D models aren't very much to scale, but sometimes they are. Or at least whoever uploads them sometimes puts them to scale, because some characters look bigger than they should be. But I think they're lined up pretty accurately. Ida's tall. He just slouches. You would catch me in the gaming club with Ida and Azul. Yeah, that's probably where I'd be too. Probably. I mean, I was in a manga club in my high school days, so that tracks. It was really just a catch-all for, like, everything nerdy at that point, because there was, like, there's video game stuff there, too. Ida has his feet out. Quick, get the camera. For free! Maybe I'll make my own club. Probably. I feel like the, let me just... Why do I keep messing with things? Anyway. It's like, if I had to pick one of the already existing ones, then it would be like, yeah, I'd probably be in the board game with Ida and Azul. If we could make our own, I would definitely try the more manga-oriented one. Manga club. Face in his damn shoes. I like how almost all the Hearts Labial ones have, like, sneakers on. Or, like, yeah. They all have, like, sneakers. That makes me curious about how Riddle's outfit's gonna look next year. Because next year, our options are Silver, Lilia, Riddle, and who else is missing? Who else is missing for New Year's? Azul. Azul's missing. Okay. It took me a minute, but like, yeah, those are the four that are going to be part of next year's New Year's. I don't know about Night Raven College clubs, but definitely Hearts of Steel or Ignihide as far as dorms go. Probably Ignihide though, because I love technology. Oh yeah, there's like a few Night Raven College. They have like cards based on their actual like school clubs and all that, which consists of like the sports stuff, Jade and his mountains, Malleus and his gargoyles. Oh, Malleus has a New Year's card. And he has his own club because nobody else wants to be in his club with him because they're scared of him. And if they were part of his club, they would have to make gargoyles. Yeah, I think Malleus is last year, but for the English version, he's this year. He's part of this year's batch for the EN server. Malleus has a New Year's card. There's only 4 characters left who do not have New Year's cards. And I'm gonna take a guess that Azul and Riddle are probably going to be the SSRs for that one. And Silver and Lilia not. Probably. I don't know. I think the dorm leaders do tend to be the more fancy ones, but there's always exceptions. I love hiking, but I wouldn't join Jade. No, me neither. It's like, I like hiking, I don't want to camp in the mountains with Jade. One thing I did when making Lu's lore is I made her a low-ranking princess in her own world, and she has magic in her world. It just doesn't work in Twisted Wonderland, and no one knows about it. Interesting. Also, it's funny how for the clubs, Jade and Malleus got a duo because they're alone in their clubs. Yeah, they're the only two oddballs. Nobody wants to join their clubs. Nobody wants to go hiking in the mountains alone with Jade. And everybody's scared of Malleus. Why does Ace have a fox mask? Also, what does Ortho look like? Okay. Because Ace, as described by Yana, is a little bit cat-like. At least when you draw his face, he has like that smug cat energy. And then let me find Ortho real quick. I think I already have this image somewhere on my computer, but because Ortho was just a regular card. He wasn't one of the fancy ones. And that's fine, because he's still cute. My boy is adorable. And I think for Ortho, for that New Year's event with Ortho, they were like playing a Tops game. Like each New Year has like some different activity going on. This year is like a board game thing. Live action board game. I forgot what it's called. But it's like very game show energy. Here's Ortho. Here's my boy. Look at him. He's ready to check you out with your mystery bag. So like for the New Year stuff, like for like the first week of like January or whatever, when you log into the event, you get like you know, like a mini event going on, some mini battles or whatever, and like the story is just, oh, they're working that first week at Sam's shop because he has like a big old sale going on and like stuff. And like lotteries going on. Bertha looks the best no matter what outfit. Yes. Whose club would be anime and manga makers club, or not watchers or readers, makers? Ooh, I'd want to be there. Ortho, my brother. He looks like he has a dress. Oh my goodness, Ortho. Ortho in the film club. Yes, Ortho is film club. I can't wait for those cards to come out. I need to see what they look like. I hope Vil has a director's hat on. I need him with a director's hat. For some reason, Ortho's kimono looks like a Disney princess gown. I don't understand how anyone could hate his design. I know, anybody who hates Ortho, I do not trust. I do not trust you. Disney princess, I mean. Who hates Ortho look? People who have no taste, that's who. I know people who hate his design in a Discord server. They are not to be trusted! They're not out. Ortho, I think Ortho was like the year before Malleus. I forget which batch of characters he was out with. I need to do a little quick look. Because I kind of forget which batch of characters he came out with. Monstro. I can't spell. Why am I like this? There we go. Sam's New Year's sale. Yeah, I'll look for it later. Enjoy ortho on screen. And also here's the other image. This was my desktop for like a while. It's ortho. He's winding up his spinny top. Ortho is my favorite boy with Riddle a very close second. Yes. I love me a cool robot person. Yana needs to finish the film club. We need the film club. I think they're the last club, I think, for the club cards. I'm not certain, but I know that they don't have any yet. I made Ida and Papa Louie. Do the clubs have any gameplay significance in the game itself? No. They're just themed SSR cards. New Year's is like a mini event. It's only like for 10 days, I think. Because it's like the first week of January, give a few days. Because like each day you log in, it unlocks the next part of it, so. I kinda got the ending for Broken Mirrors. Hey! No more angst in the last bit. Oh, so ortho. Ortho! Wait, let me find the sprite so you can admire his outfit. My boy in his New Year's gear. Him and Ida are kind of matching with that sort of samurai anime vibes. There he is! There he is! He looks like he got Haka shoes. Increased height. There he is, my boy. And if you look, he has a little bit of a Cerberus thing going on his design. He's just so cute. He's ready. He's ready for the new year. Him and Ida are matching. I imagine the manga Lou would make would be Magical Royal Society, which is secretly telling her life back home and stuff, but no one understood it. Ortho! In this house, we simp for Ortho. Ortho is the cutest. I love how we're all going autistically insane over a wholesome robot boy who is effectively a 21st century Pinocchio. 21st century Pinocchio crossed with Hercules. Crossed with Meg. Crossed with Cerberus. I don't know. Ortho's one of the weirder characters, because, he doesn't have a very specific character, but he's clearly taking inspiration from Meg and Hercules. Story-wise, based on, like, what he goes through in the main story. But also, he fits very well with the Pinocchio stuff. He was, like, part of 2 Pinocchio-themed events, actually. Why Hercules? I don't see the connection. He is strong boy. He is good boy. He is Wonder Boy. I come to this conclusion based on Rook's nicknames for Ortho. Because he starts off as Monsieur Doll. Because, you know, he's a robot. And then after the events of the Ignihide chapter, he is now Monsieur Wonder. He is Wonder Boy. Monsieur Wonder. Ortho acting like Meg in some parts is so funny. He a little sassy. Who do I make next to Papa Louie, pals? Don't say Ortho as much as I love him. He is my brother. It's not possible. Yeah. You would have to get creative. I say Leona. Ortho friends call me Wonder Boy, at least they would if I had any friends. Ortho's also the more sociable one. He's more willing to, like, talk to people. Everything's new to Ortho. Yes, Leona. Give him the minimum wage job. Oh yeah, and Lilia's birthday card. Can't believe it. I have his card too, so I'm happy. There he is. He's gonna take up the whole screen because I want to. There he is. Amber, you dare do this to me? Leona, you serious? You dare do this to me? How could you? It's funny. But also, let's admire Lilia. At least he has on a shirt with a neck. Unlike Ida, who was just wearing the tie scarf around his neck. His bare bones neck. Persephone, my Pegasus OC from Broken Mirrors, is supposed to be the opposite of Ortho, because Persephone never was human or anything. Do it, Bessie. Also, Peepa. He got the old man fit, but he's still cute. There he is. Fashionable. I'm surprised his fruit was a kiwi, but, you know, it makes sense. Lily is that weird. Funky on the outside, delicious on the inside. I swear this birthday event was just Bill's idea. I need to actually sit down and read some of these because I've seen clips for Lilia's and he's singing karaoke and it's hilarious. And everybody's like, yeah, I see why nobody wants him singing. He's kind of screaming. He could be in a screamo band. Kiwi! Never mind, he looks like a kiwi anyways. He has kiwi energy. Along with the fact that I don't think his taste buds work anymore. So he wouldn't care. It's all about textures to him at this point. Lilia the kiwi. Also, I need you to see just how much of an old man outfit he's wearing. There's just something about them baggy dress pants. The refusal to wear the jacket. Them baggy pants. I love him. Along with, you know, chocolate bar energy vibes. Not as strong as Rook's outfit, though. He looks like he would have been all in on the emo era of the early 2010s. Yes. Yes, he does. Have you seen his club card? Hold on. I'm still sad I don't have this card because I like this Lilia so much. Got to go. Bye, Mother Ambi, Bestie, Adriana, Marcus. I'll be back. Who has to make another chapter of Magical Royal Society? I'll keep my promise and make Leona, but I still dislike you. You go, Bestie. I believe in you. I feel like every birthday card is like Crowley telling one of the students to pick a theme. Last year was 100% Leona's. I have not seen his club card. I will show you Lilia's club card. He's part of the pop music club or whatever. It is basically an excuse for some of the characters to play instruments and sing and dance all day. I think, yeah. Cater wants to take it seriously, but everybody else is like, nah. We're here to chill. And, here's Lilia. There he is. He is peak emo aesthetics. I love him. Oversized t-shirt, ripped jeans. The striped shirts. The striped shirts. That's such a thing. The old war general being into music. Also, he's in ad club with innocent baby boy prince and a peepaw war general. Cater has some interesting club mates. And here he is. He's playing the bass. Along with the fact that Lilia has a bunch of random instruments in his room that I think he can play most of them. And I think it's fun. Now, an old war vet needs hobbies, you know? Also the mini Malleus on the left. Potentially hot take, I think they should make events inspired by the old live-action Disney films like Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Old Yeller, and the Davy Crockett one, and Herbie the Love Bug. Honestly, yes. I do want a Mary Poppins film. Mary Poppins. But I don't know. I don't know if that will ever happen, but we can dream. I like Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins event be so good. Supercalifragilistic. Honestly, I feel like it would be kind of tricky though, especially if it's like musical related. Because they probably wouldn't be able to keep the music in the game. And that makes me sad. Because that's the fun part, you know? Also admire Lilia. Admire his outfit. He never grew out of the emo phase. There he is. Since Mary Poppins is mixed with cartoons, it fits. Yeah, I feel like that one would be a very good one. A Step in Time cover by the boys would be the best thing. Spoonful of sugar. Yeah, that's the sad part though. It seems like they can't really keep some of the music if they try to do covers for it. Like the Nightmare Before Christmas ones, they can't keep the music and that's sad. Who's the Zoom on your shoulder, Jamil? No, this is Jack. It's Jack, our Savannah Claw wolf boy. The red belt hidden. He's gotta be fashionable. Although it is funny how you don't really see it on the cards. On like the image for the card, but when you see his model, you see you see his belt. Cause like in both images his bass guitar is kind of covering it. But do you mean they can't keep the music? Aren't they both by Disney? There's some weird copyright stuff. They can't keep the lyrics in. That's why the EN version kind of sucks, because they just get rid of the lyrics for the EN version, whereas with the Japanese version, it's like, yeah, while the event is live and you unlock it, you can get the lyrics. But then when this comes back around next year, there's gonna be no lyrics. As well as after the event's done and you go back to replay, some of the stuff is just gonna not have lyrics anymore. There's some weird music copyright thing going on with some of the stuff. That's all I can say. It's like a weird copyright thing going on. I don't know if it's like something voice actor related or something with the actual rights to the song, because I don't think it's technically Disney. It's weird. Because I know some people manage to copyright stuff in a way that it's like, yeah, it's technically Disney's thing, but you still need permission from the person who wrote it. Or something. I don't know. I don't know much about the copyright stuff. I just know that there's always some weird legal loophole stuff that either you pay for it or you don't, and you make workarounds. It's weird. And I find it annoying. I mean, I've seen weirder. You've ever seen the English names of JoJo stands? Those are always cursed. We need more characters for events like Mulan. Yes. I would like a Mulan event at some point. I feel like that's something they could do after the New Year stuff, you know. Maybe a Lunar New Year, because that happens a little later in the year anyway. I don't know. There's so much potential. Also, we're getting book 8 soon, so. OMG, what it will switch. Like how Mulan dressed as a man in Twist version, male Mulan dressed as a lady. And the Twist boys dressed as ladies. That would be fun, but I don't know if they'll be able to do it. I feel like the closest we ever get is whatever Vill's wearing from time to time. I've never seen English JoJo. It's not even just the English dub, but like the actual copies of the manga released in English, because of like how almost all the stand names or like some characters are named after like musicians or albums or songs. And because most of the publications, they don't want to deal with the copyright stuff, they either just change the name preemptively, and that's why there's so many weird localized JoJo stand names that nobody really talks about. Other than just to laugh at it, because it's kind of like a little bit of an overreaction. Because like some of the stand names are like, you can't really copyright that word. Why are you doing this? What do you think book 8 will be about? We'll finally get the secrets Crowley's hiding. I can feel it. Who we kidding? In Disney, no dresses. I feel like the closest we also got was the Rapunzel event too. Everybody thought Riddle was in a dress, but he wasn't. But it's like, close enough. He has pretty Rapunzel hair and flowers in his hair. Everybody had flowers. They looked like pretty princes. No capes! Unless Yana does something. I mean, have you seen Black Butler? Have you seen how many times Ciel has had to wear a dress? The stands and characters aren't the only things. I saw one manga panel from a timeline video that had a ship named the Blue Hawaii, inspired by the Elvis song of the same name. How about Crowley knew this whole time to set us home, but he never did? That's what I'm thinking too. Like, Crowley has secrets. He knows something. He's probably the one that summoned us here. Something went wrong. He probably knows where Grimm came from. Or vaguely has an idea of where Grimm came from. Like, he knows something. I have not seen Black Butler, but you have been making me want to. I poorly explain it all the time, but it is good. Put them in dresses, Disney. Bill should be part of the event as well, because, yes. I mean, Crowley did bring MC/U into Night Raven College. Oh, I have a feeling he did. Because, like, I think it's explained either in-game or in the light novel version of Twisted Wonderland that the Dark Mirror is the one that summons the students. And in the opening of the game, Crowley's, like, summoning something. So it could just be whatever he was doing. I don't know. But, like, he's up to something. I can feel it in my bones. He is suspicious. Vil in a Mulan event. Be amazing. Him in a dress. I mean, we've gotten close to it a few times. With Vil. Do you think Crowley sent us to the villain's world because we are immune to the overblot due to lacking magic? So are the best hopes of dealing with the crisis? Probably. We've been able to introduce the concept of teamwork to these students. Because that is something Crowley talks about in the beginning, in the prologue, where he's kind of like, our students are amazing, but they suck at working together. And that's why we can't surpass Royal Sword Academy. In the anime, it's shown that Crowley said, bring them here. Also known as main character. Yeah, I think in most of the adaptations for Twisted Wonderland, whether it be the actual game, the English manga, Japanese manga, English anime, Japanese anime, whatever, light novel, it kind of gives you the idea that it is Crowley who's doing this. And that's what I need answers for. Like, I have a sneaking suspicion he knows way more than he lets on. And he kind of just, you know, lets things happen. Because Crowley is the one that brings up the whole, hey, Ace, you know you can fight Riddle to be dorm leader, right? You know you can do that, right? I didn't know Twist had an English version of the manga. Yeah. I have all of the Hearts of the Old volumes. Although the English version has the same thing that the dub version has when it comes with Sam, so that bothers me a little bit. But, it still surprises me that the anime adaptation still kind of rushed the Hearts of the Old chapter. I know it's one of the shorter chapters, and it's usually slapped with the prologue, so that way it's longer than it actually is, but, like, how do you cut scenes from the manga That's already the shortest chapter of Hearts. Like, Hearts of the Beyond is the shortest chapter from the game. How do you make it even shorter? Crowley is a nothing ever happens kind of guy. Huh. Crowley just there. Crowley's setting the stage. He is definitely orchestrating something. Whether he's the main mastermind or not, he's definitely setting things up. I can feel it in my bones. Because he doesn't, like, you would think that right away he would give the main character, like, some sort of phone, but he only gives the main character a phone during the Scarabia chapter. And it doesn't even work. If something goes wrong, things start going wrong. You try to contact Crowley, it doesn't do anything. You end up contacting Ace and Deuce and they show up dramatically late. Like, ridiculously late. Everything's done. Everything's over. They show up at, like, the last minute, like, we're here to help! And then it's like, no, we cool now. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like, do you know how long it took to get here? Book 4 Crowley. Here! Free phone! Call me even when I'm on vacation! Also, Crowley in book 4. Don't call me, I'm on vacation! That really was Crowley, man. It's like, here, I'll give you a place to stay. Don't mind the draft! Sure, it's dusty and there's ghosts in here, but hey, it's better than nothing. I need to do another Crowley thing before the chapter officially releases, because like I want to do some sort of like, what questions may we get answered in book 8, and make a list and then see what happens. At least Ace and Deuce show up, unlike Crowley. They had to take time away from their families just to help their bestie. And then they were fashionably late. Ridiculously late. Especially because, like, the whole, like, it took forever for them to get there because, like, everything was busy. And the island is in such a hard-to-reach location. Crowley. What, you want to stay in one of the dorms? Heck no. The mirror didn't pick you for anything. You're here for a different purpose. I can feel it. We have to come back around to the Mickey and the mirror thing. There's gotta be something there. It kind of gets blown off during the Insomnia chapter, but it's still there, you know? And I'm hoping that's also one of the things Book 8 will elaborate on more. Because it's like, they were building something up with those, mirror dream sequences. Clearly, we must have information that the world of Twisted Wonderland does not have anymore. And that is the fact that these characters that they admire are the villains of the story. MC, but you did this for what? Crowley. Why not? Why? Why not? Why though? I'm telling you, Crowley wants to bring back the Great Seven. And he doesn't care how he does it. And also he definitely has more connections to Evil Queen than Maleficent. I will still bring that up because again, his shirt had a bunch of apples on it. I feel like that's Yana's way of actually being able to differentiate what dark bird, what corvid creature Crowley's supposed to be based off of. This is why Mickey in my story is more useful. Mickey has the answers. And we did get like a brief explanation about like dreams and dream worlds because of Silver, so I feel like that's also gonna play into it a little bit. That was interesting. I got so much YAP. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna start working on new model. New model for New Year. It's gonna be that VK one that I was talking about with the regular sort of look, but I'm also working on like the new like PNG images because I make those because I try to use them for thumbnails, but I never have the time to actually use them. But this is mainly for a new header image. These things that I'm working on. I will show them off real quick. Because this is going to be what the next outfit is. Same with Crowley though. Crowley suffers a lot in my story, Broken Wings. He lost his only friend, the Horn King. Lost his head mage, Mickey. And wings were cut off! Dramatic. I need answers to Crowley's existence, that's for sure. But yeah, this is next outfit. Next model to be made. There's probably going to be some differences in the final model versus this image. Because that usually happens when I draw stuff. Because like, oh, well, that didn't actually turn out the way that I thought it would. But the general idea. Fancy. I like the shoes. And Crowley almost dies in my story, and I make it so that in the end, my you self takes Crowley's place as head mage. Ooh. Also looks good. Yeah. I'm excited to start working on this, but I have a feeling that the netting stuff is gonna be a pain. But I'll figure it out. I always do. And then we have pajamas. That'll be later. These were funny to think of. Got slippers. Sleepy face. And then the last one that I'm working on, which is honestly my favorite. It's the VK one. This one's my favorite. I love it. Also, in my story, Crowley hides his face because he's really blind. Glasses won't work. Well, that's interesting. I'm wondering if we'll ever get a Crowley face reveal or not. Because, like, I'm curious, what does he look like under there? Who knows if we'll ever see his face? And why do I keep freezing? There we go. We back. But yeah, I'm curious if we're ever gonna get his face revealed. It's like we eventually got to see Malleus's forehead scales. They were always gonna be a part of him. And the characters usually get new interesting hairstyles every so often. I want to see what Crowley's face looks like, you know? What's he hiding? Also, I wanted my U-Self to kill the Horn King, but I made it so that it's Crowley who kills his first and only friend. Oh, drama. And Malleus tail. Yeah! We need more excuses for Malleus's tail to be out. Because we only had it for the first Halloween event. Also, Crowley got blinded by the Horn King. Ooh. So much angst. I love it. I missed yapping so much. I missed yapping to everyone. We had a good break, but I still don't know exactly what's gonna happen for the rest of the year. Who knows? If anything major happens, I will talk about it, but for now, everything's probably just gonna be business as usual, so. Afternoon-ish streams. Who knows? But, yeah, thanks for yapping with me. I'm happy to be back. Also, I made it so that Crowley got PTSD when my U-Self was a human with no magic in another world. Ooh. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably finish the PNG that I was coloring. Or we'll get started on the other alt. I don't know. We'll see. I know we're gonna be drawing tomorrow. Bye-bye!